Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Nova Scotia. Welcome back to Colorful Creations. I'm going to do an open cup on a really big canvas today. I'm not sure if you saw my last video. I did an open cup and it turned out pretty, okay. So it didn't turn out the way I was really hoping because I had to like dump a bunch of paint off and that made me lose my composition, and it's because I used too much paint. So I'm gonna do another one. It's a much bigger canvas, and I'm going to measure my paint this time to make sure I don't use too much. My idea is to not have to dump any off because I want to keep the composition that comes by just using the open cup because I think it's really pretty. Okay, so here's my canvas. This thing is massive, 36 by 48. It's a level 3 gallery wrapped. Just opened it, brand new. So for this size canvas, I'm gonna need about 70 ounces of paint. That's all mixed up and ready to go. So the way to calculate that, you basically need about an ounce of paint all mixed up for every 25 square inches of canvas. So if it's 36 by 48, we multiply 36 by 48 and we get 1728 square inches. And then we divide that by 25 and we get 69, or round it up to 70. So with 70 ounces of paint all mixed up. And I want to make sure I have a lot of white. I want a lot of white negative space throughout. I don't want the whole thing to just all be colors. It's going to be too loud for the wall. So I have my colors here. These are the colors I'm going to be using. I'll show you these up close in a minute. And these are all mixed up, and there's probably about 8 ounces in each of those. So that's about 36 ounces there. If I need to go light on something, I'm going to go light on the colors and more on the white. And I have my white in these. I have about 10 ounces in each of these, and I have 4 of them, so that gives me about 70 ounces in total. So the white that I'm going to be using is just a titanium white by Montmart. I'll show you the consistency. It's mix amount, but then disappears. This is by Montmart. I like Montmart for some of the colors, just like white, black, and it's actually good for purple and a couple of the blues. It's just a cheaper paint. You can get it on Amazon. For your nice colors, you kind of want a higher quality, more pigmented paint, but for those simple like black and white, Montmart is great for those. This is blue quartz. This is really pretty, really metallic-y. I'll show you what it looks like in the bottle. Okay. I'm using Silver by Deco Art. Little shimmer. I have Payne's Gray by Pebeo, and it's called gray, but it's more like a dark blue, like this nice dark blue. And the last one is 24 Karat Gold by Deco Art. And this one I actually have mixed a little different than the rest. So the rest of them are how I mix all my paint, my same recipe that I use all the time, and I will put a link to a video in the description if you want to see that. But this one, I just find it gets a little cloudy with the glue, and it dries pretty transparent, but I don't know. I want it to be more shimmery, so I'm actually trying something new with this. And I had this one mixed 2 parts Liquitex Pour Medium to 1 part paint, and then a little water to thin it out to consistency. I'm gonna try that because it's, that looks a lot better to me already. So I just realized I didn't even change my clothes yet. I'm so excited to paint that I didn't change. So I'm gonna go change because I don't want to ruin this. And I'll be back. All right, I'm all changed, good to go now. I'll just move these out of the way for now. So I had this canvas elevated with just 5 red Solo cups. I put one in the middle too since it's so big. So now what I'm going to use for my open cup is just a plastic cup. It's nice and light so the paint can escape from underneath it really easily. And I'm just going to cut the bottom off of it. And I'll just sit it like that. So now I just cut that there, so I'm going to make sure there's no pieces. I'm just going to cover it in white as I go along. But I'm actually going to put a little around the edges to start. Cover my sides and edges really good. and the middle will just get covered as I go. So my plan is to try to keep the composition as good as I can from just how it forms from coming up from under the cup. I don't want to do any major tilting and pour anything off the canvas. That's my idea for this one. I think I'll actually start over here on the side. Okay, now to start, I'm just gonna make a little bit to start with. Sit my cup in that. And now I'll just keep adding paint, alternating the colors, lots of white in between, and let them kind of float around, and I'll do some tilting. I like to lightly drag my cup through the paint just to kind of let it mix a bit. It always creates some really interesting designs. I find the big thing is just adding a lot of white paint, like an excessive amount. So this is kind of it. I just keep doing this till I cover the whole thing or till I have enough paint, and then tilt the rest of it away. So I'm gonna put on some music and speed this up a little bit, and we'll see it when it's done. All right, let's have a look at this. I'm pretty happy with it overall. This corner turned out really pretty. Look at these pretty cells. I love the effect that you get from when I drizzled the darker color across. Kind of pulls it all together. Look how pretty these golds are. I don't know if my camera's even picking this up. See the shimmer? Alright, so here it is dry. It turned out gorgeous. I actually had done this for on my own wall and it sold before it was even dry, so I guess I'll have to do another one. The colors turned out just beautiful together, and the camera's not really picking it up, but it's really shimmery. Those gold just popped right out, so I'm really glad I tried that other recipe for the gold. I'll show you this the other way. I just got a still picture here. I don't know. I think I like it the first way better, not this way. What do you think? Anyway, I will see you in the next video.